Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and my guest is Aja Owens of the Walgreens Expressions Challenge. Thank you again for being here. I want to kind of pick back up. You did a great job in the first segment, sort of explaining everything about the Walgreens Expressions Challenge. You were a judge, though, in the past. So talk about the judging process. Like, how does that work? What are you looking for? Because these are really interesting, amazing kind of pieces that you're looking at.
Right. So I want to start off by saying Bill Darris is a violin player here in St. Louis, and she was the one who gave me that opportunity to come in as a judge. And so her and Erica Parr are also community leaders that's working in St. Louis with this program. When she asked me to be a judge, basically, you know, I was looking at a lot of the artwork and the poetry and looking from a lens of, you know, just that artistic, creative, like, expression, and which is hard sometimes because you really can't always, like, you know, judge somebody's art, you know, because I might look at something and think, oh my God, this is beautiful. But the next person may think like, you know, it's lackluster. So the interesting thing about art is all about perspective, you know, but to see so many like entries of these young people with it's so intense, you know, and you think about like, my God, if you guys are able to like capture these emotions through the art and through the poetry and even the music, it was just like, it was a really great experience just like looking at it, because a lot of times we're like, how do you really pick the best ones, because so many of them are so intense and creative.
Because it's, as to your point, are you judging on what you might be feeling in
because
response
I'm a poet
to
myself, so, you know, I think it's like, you know, hard sometimes to just say, oh, like this isn't good enough. I mean, because that's their form of expression, is how they chose to deal with, you know, those issues that they were talking about, their topics. So,
and I think what you alluded to too in the first segment, which is really important, is this is also giving students, really just teenagers, a chance to express themselves in different ways, because this is on their mind, it's on their hearts, and how to express themselves. You also mentioned to me off camera, and I want to bring it up, a really important point, which is we're focusing on, this is obviously for students grades 9 through 12, or ages in that age group, but that you want parents and educators to be involved.
I think it's so important that the parents and the educators are involved, because they're the ones that can encourage them and support them to use this as an outlet, as a platform to discuss those topics. It might be talking points for them to get, you know, closer to their kids or to their students, because they open up when they actually have a chance to share, you know, their poetry, their art, their music, about these deep topics that they face every day. Yeah,
and I think too, it's, as you were commenting as well, that students sometimes they'll get started on something, but the follow through needs sometimes that push from parents and family and teachers.
Yeah, we need the parents and the teachers to, you know, support them and to encourage them and to kind of like just be that, you know, that nurturing voice, you know, while they're going through this process, because, you know, it's not just the money. Sometimes they may not win the competition, but there's still other opportunities. They may become an ambassador for a Walgreens Expressions Challenge, or may get an internship, or, you know, other opportunities might form out of this, you know, being a part of this competition. So, you know, it's all kinds of things that they can benefit by joining.
And when you mentioned the scholarship money, so we say that, and we had that in the full page graphic, it's up to $2,000. So what have you seen in the past that students have used that money towards? Is it specifically?
So actually, it's not a scholarship. It's money that they can do whatever they want to do with.
Oh, right, correct. Okay, so
and also it is a second place. So if you win second place, that's $1,250, and your teacher will still get $500, or your coach or mentor, but the school wouldn't get $500. So only if you win first place, the teacher and the school will get $500 apiece. You know, but students have used it for all kinds of things. Graduating seniors use it to start college and getting books, and, you know, different. And some students, you know, have their own little small businesses, so they invest in their entrepreneur pursuits. So it's all kinds of things that they do with the money.
When you were a student, every single dollar counts. Before we wrap things up, I know outside of this work that you do a lot of work in the community and Jennings in so many different areas. Briefly, before we wrap up, talk about just what your experience in working with trauma and young people, how this really kind of connects all together.
So introducing these students to trauma, so I've done a lot of workshops in the schools around St. Louis about trauma. So giving them their first introduction to trauma has been really rewarding. So then coming in with a program like this and giving them opportunity to have a platform to express the type of trauma that they now are realizing they've dealt with, it has been like a phenomenal process, and you just see so many more students opening up and sharing.
Yeah, no, well, keep up the good work. I mean, no, I love that you're connecting so many aspects of the work that you've done in the past to this specific project as well. And thank you so much for being here.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, we've got the information there for you on the screen. If you know any students in grades 9 through 12 or in that age group for 9 through 12, please encourage them to participate in this. They can get all the details at expressionschallenge.com. Again, that's expressionschallenge.com. All right, well, there's more STL Live right after this. Please stay with us.